And then I'm going to play our music. I think it's this one. No Gloss! Hi!
Hello, everybody. Welcome
Hello.
back.
Welcome back. It's so good to see you on here, Binker.
You too.
How are you?
Good.
Doing good. Okay, last week was really good, really hard,
Heavy.
but we got a lot of feedback. It really spoke to a lot of people, so
Yeah,
we are
thank you
really
for
grateful.
sharing.
Yeah, we are really grateful. Like if this impacts just honestly one life, we're just so grateful.
It's worth it.
It's totally worth it. And so we're going to kind of do a continuation this week of last week. We had to kind of wrap it up because we're trying to keep these episodes short. We want people to be able to listen to them and finish them completely.
Right.
And so last week we had to wrap it up and it went a little bit long. So we apologize
Sorry about that.
to listeners. We're going to work at staying in our time frame for this one. But
That's what I'm working on this week.
yeah, chatty Kathy. That's something we're always growing.
Yes.
We're always looking to grow and to change and do better and get
Yes.
feedback and all the things,
Refine
which we've
me,
heard.
Lord.
Yeah, which we've heard a mix of feedback because some
Yeah.
people are saying please go longer, and
Right.
some people are like we love it short because we can listen to it really
on the
quickly.
way to work or whatever.
Yeah. So, okay, a couple of things. It's been amazing weather here. We don't want to
Oh
be like
my
weather
goodness.
forecasters, but the weather has been
It's
fire
just
in
the
Texas.
best.
And I just read something so sad on socials. You know what it said?
What?
Say goodbye to fake fall because it's leaving us. I know it's been so nice, the cool,
Goodbye,
crisp
fake
mornings.
fall.
So say goodbye. I guess it's going to heat back up.
Of course.
This week is so crazy. I have my youngest son, he's 8, Clay, and he's turning 9.
Oh my
I am like,
word.
what? How do I have my youngest son a 9-year-old?
That's crazy.
That's so crazy. He's the best.
Whoa.
I also did something that's so on brand for us as sisters. I feel like this is you living out in me what I did this week.
What?
And I haven't even told you, but I'm telling you
Shocked I
live here
wasn't
now.
there.
The listeners are hearing this and you are hearing this. Okay, so I got up, I got ready, I rushed out the door, and I got to work, and I was like, I literally, why did I put this outfit on? Have you ever been there before?
Oh, yeah.
Like, why did I
totally.
do this? I was in
Yep.
such a rush. I didn't like it. I was super frustrated. And so I had about 30 minutes till I
Oh,
had to be at my
no.
first meeting, and I dropped the kids at school. So I ran into Target, picked out a top, picked out pants,
Oh my.
and I bought it and went out to my car. No lie, I changed in the back of my car.
No.
Yes, I have full tinted windows, changed in the back of my
Oh
car. I
my.
fast like a boss. I got out of there and I'm like, I'm ready for this day. Let's hit the ground running.
Tell me you took the tag off. If you had the tag coming out of the back, it would have sent me.
If I walked in, hi y'all. Who's ready to change their world today?
The size sticker going down the pants.
Oh my goodness. So that was my thing from this week. No judgment, please, because no glass. We're just
No
being real
glass.
around here. Okay, so why don't you tell us a little bit, like continue out from our last episode. We obviously talked about grief and dealing with that.
Yeah.
I think we ended on just the experience with Dad and how that hit us so hard. We lost him. So actually this week it's been 6 months. So on the 9th, that'll
Tomorrow,
be 6
isn't it?
months. Yeah, tomorrow. Since he went to heaven, worst day of our lives, best day of his, seeing the face of Jesus, getting his reward in heaven. But why don't you tell us just kind of like where you're at, that kind of post that, and where our faith has landed and everything.
Yes. So after all of that happened, it kind of a series of events
Oh
took
my goodness.
place where all hell was breaking loose, honestly. And
Yes.
everything was just going wrong, it felt, and I was wrapping up nursing school, as we know, and everything was just super overwhelming, and we didn't quite know how to process everything. But then my husband had to get rushed to the emergency room, and
Oh my gosh.
should you tell him on the way out, Casey ran into his truck, which was
Okay, let's just tell the story
actually hilarious.
really briefly.
Was
Okay.
that like a week after?
So Jordy, he is like not a small man. right? Like
He's massive.
He's massive. I don't know his exact weight, but he is massive, fit. It's all
So
muscle.
strong.
Yes, so strong. So he was having like a
Don't want to meet him in a dark alley.
no way. He's also my security guard
Just
at the
to say
Dream
we
Center.
feel very safe
We
around
feel
Jordy.
very safe when he's around. Anyways, the two of us, if you know him, if you don't, just picture like a massively strong CrossFit worker, and
CrossFit worker.
CrossFit man, and we carried him down the stairs. Me and Binker.
Yep.
So that was impressive.
That was crazy.
Got him in the car because we
Yep.
had to get him to the ER. It was the middle of the night. Was
Yeah.
this a week after Dad passed?
Yeah.
So obviously we are
I
very
was
much
losing my mind.
in
Like,
fight. Like it was very much fight mode,
Yeah.
and our minds were not in the right place.
no.
And I got him in my brand new Tesla because Brent got me a Tesla. Like, anyways, and I floored it out of the garage, and I backed straight into Jordy's truck.
The funniest part was she didn't stop. She just kept scraping, and I'm like, hey, Case, I think we're hitting his car. And she says, I don't even care anymore. And we just kept rolling. And like, we're laughing now, but that was not funny.
Oh my word, that was so bad.
Jordy
I did
was-
not even get out. I just kept driving.
No,
I'm like, we got to
just
get to the ER.
had
Like,
to
who
get there.
literally cares? This is material
Yeah.
possession. I don't care.
So yeah, that was something. Jordy was unresponsive. He is a type 1 diabetic, so his blood sugar had crashed, and it was just very stressful. So that was right after all of that. So it was just so overwhelming because thing after thing after thing kept happening. And I mean, several ER visits. And then I got hospitalized at one point in the ICU. And
Yeah.
I think just with all the trauma and everything that was going on, it had triggered so many things, just a domino effect.
Yeah.
And we're sharing these experiences to share, like, it, obviously when it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
But also how faith helped us carry on through these situations because it was such a dark season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we didn't even know what we were doing. We were like, what is life? Like,
What is reality?
Yeah.
Our world completely stopped,
Yeah.
shattered, crushed.
Mhm.
Everyone else's world goes on, and
Yeah.
you're just like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
It seems like everything that happened in front of you. So all of the things that, I mean, there were so many, but all of the things that happened, if they were just an isolated incident, it would be terrible.
totally.
So stack
So
that.
each-
So
yeah.
grief obviously stacks, and
Yeah.
like pain stacks on top of each other, stress stacks on top of each other. And it was so many stacks of so many
So
things
many.
that it was the perfect storm. And it kind of, and I'll just like speak to myself, like I've never really dealt with much worry or fear. And I'm being honest with you. Like that's kind of something I've been known for, of just like, it's fine. It's all going to work out. Everybody's going to be okay. And I had to really wrestle with fear. It gripped me. It honestly gripped
Yeah.
me. I remember the first time that Dustin was going out of town and
Yes.
he was leaving, and I was in an actual panic. Like I had an anxiety attack, like
Yeah.
filled with fear of just like, what
were
if something
tripping- we were
happened?
tripping out that he
We
was
were
leaving.
like, no, you cannot go. I mean, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, us as a family, we had bonded so close, but
Mm-hmm.
also it just was the fear of what if something else happened?
Yeah.
And we both had to wrestle with that
Yeah.
pretty severely. And still, like, I have to arrest those thoughts
Mm-hmm.
constantly that come in my mind of, it's going to be okay. I remember even thinking like dropping the kids off at school, like, oh my gosh, what if something happened? And never I'm not saying never, but rarely does my mind go there.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you know me so well. I'm just like, they're going to be fine. Everything's
Yeah.
fine. And whatever you want to call it, denial or whatever
Yeah.
kind of world I live in. But that was so surprising to me, the fear that was coupled with grief. Like
Right.
it kind of caught me out of
Yeah.
nowhere. And I dealt with a lot of, and honestly, it's been so much better recently, but just a lot of fear and
Yeah.
anxiety and worry. I remember the day that like you had your graduation,
Yep.
and I was driving. I just was riddled with anxiety. Like
Yep.
oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening to us. Like
Yeah.
I was literally driving to one of the kids' field trip, and I'm thinking I'm supposed to be happy. I'm
Right.
supposed to be a fun mom and to go be a part of their field trip and have the best time. And
Mhm.
I was like, I don't know how, I physically don't know how I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I can't even see it happening. I'm like a big visualizer too. So I usually like will visualize my day. So I see the things I'm doing, the people I'm going to talk to, people I'm going to pray with, people I'm going to support. And I couldn't even visualize like past me getting out of the car. I just was like,
Yeah.
no, I don't know how I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
So you also have, quite a few
Yeah.
stories in there as well.
Yeah. So the fear was wild that crept in for both of us, where that is just not our normal tendency to fear, but that was so foreign for us. And I just felt like, well, today we were like, let's share about how we fought through that fear, because
Yeah.
obviously we're still walking through the grief as we shared last week, but we do want to share tools of how our faith remains strong within all of this process, because like we said again last time, is there's no way we could have made it through without faith. And a lot of people ask us, or we even are like, it's so crazy how people turn to hating God after a certain circumstance where we have just ran to him. And I think that speaks to our upbringing of just the roots, that it goes so deep. And for me personally, my realization has been just like, how do we push away the only thing that's going to help us through?
Come on.
And that is what has helped me through with Dad, is like, God's the only thing that's going to help me. Why would I blame him for doing this?
Yes.
And it is weird to think about, because you're like, why did this happen? The question's still there, but the question is not there that God is real and he's a loving and caring and comforting God. So if you are going through a hard season, try not to blame God. Press into him, because he is what is going to help you through. So don't push away that thing that's going to help you through.
Right.
So that's,
I would even add to that your pain may be prolonged the longer you push away God.
Yes, absolutely.
Because the one that can bring
Literally
you healing
is
in
the
the
solution.
pain, and that, if we want to get crazy spiritual, that's exactly where the enemy would like you to be. Blaming the one that could actually like heal you and bring you peace, the God of all peace, the God of comfort, the God that surrounds you, the God that holds you up.
Literally.
That would be exactly what the enemy, would want. And we've heard people say it, but I think it's been so true, is that pain is a platform, and people are watching what you do when all hell breaks loose in your life, how you handle it, how you show up. And it really speaks to your faith, but also your roots. Like, how deep is your faith? How grounded are you when storms come? Where do you turn to? Where do you run? And it's not saying you will have an absence of fear.
Right.
Because that's what we're saying. Like,
God is
fear.
with us.
Yes. Fear, worry, doubt, insecurity. Like, I battled with massive insecurity of like, my dad has been my biggest encourager my entire life. And all of a sudden, the person that would always believe in me and always love me and always cheer me on and always be there for me, I never knew a life without that. I never knew a life without him loving me. I never knew a life without him. I could royally screw up and he would be right there like, I'm so proud of you. You've got this. Get up. Let's try it again. So I think that my insecurity really came from like, I have been known for my security and confidence, and losing my dad, like I felt like I lost a piece of me that I needed to find security in. Obviously I need to run to God for that, but I lost that from a dad. And how powerful, honestly, for families to think about the role of a dad and a daughter able to bring such security and confidence and encourage them, and like what an honor it is to parent our kids and encourage them through life, to know I'm 38 years old and literally nearly ever lacked confidence because my dad, you can do anything. You can do anything you put your mind to.
And that's with nursing school, how I was so crushed too, how we shared last week. It's just, I felt the same exact way. I was like, how am I going to pass the NCLEX? How am I going to get through this without dad, because I could fail a million tests and he's like, it's all right, you got it, sweetheart, always.
Yep, always.
And I always like, oh, okay, and I did.
Yep.
So
You
yeah,
got it.
yeah.
It was just, I mean, that's his motto
Yeah.
to us. You got this, girl.
Yeah.
You can handle it. So let's talk about, what would you say was one of like your favorite scriptures or quotes that kind of just, that you clung to, that you held
Yeah.
on to during this last 6 months?
Oh my gosh, there are so many,
Yeah.
but I do love, I actually had written this down, just the God who comforts us in all of our troubles so that we can comfort those in trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God. And I love this verse. It's for 2 Corinthians 1, 3 through 4. And God is so close. There's another one, God's close to those whose hearts are broken. And it's just so sweet to see that the Lord is just like, he wants to comfort us. And I'm like, how sweet. And like, how could I ever push that comfort away?
Yeah.
Which you want to when you're like, why did this happen?
Yeah.
And you want to be like, God, why? Which we can ask those questions, but it doesn't change the fact he's still here with us. And so I love that scripture that, I mean, God is just here comforting us, and he's walked through pain, and he was sent to earth to literally experience pain, and he is able to know I don't remember the scripture, that he's able to sympathize with those who experience pain or something like that.
Yeah.
So I love that the Lord is just here to comfort us. And so I think it's so sweet. And also in that verse, so that we can help others. And that's what we're doing by this podcast. Like, we want to share how God has comforted us so that he can comfort you in your situation, whatever you're going through.
Yeah. And we touched on this in one of the other episodes, that both of us, in really like dark and hard, this has kind of been an anthem of ours, of just finding like pockets of joy. And I had somebody ask me, like, or someone saw me and they were like, it's so good to see that you're so happy and looks like you're totally good. And inside I'm like, I am dying on the inside. Like, my heart is completely shattered.
Yep.
And what I was thinking about in that is that joy, it's like such a position of who we are. And joy, it's in the midst of pain.
Yep.
And so where maybe like we can come across, hey, like happy, smile on our faces, showing up, being present, loving on others, giving to others, serving others. That doesn't like mean, oh, my heart is whole. I'm totally through this process.
Exactly.
We are choosing to stand in joy. And to me, joy is a weapon.
Yeah.
I'm going to show up with joy, and I'm going to fight with joy. And that's how we're going to get through this, because that joy is my strength, and that's how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite verses is when the enemy comes in like a flood, he will raise up a standard against him. And it actually means that like raising up a standard is like calling in the troops. Like, I'm going to surround you. I'm going to support you. And when I felt, the enemy hitting from absolutely every angle, that was, I just declared all the time, like, raise up a standard against the enemy's plan and come around, call in the troops, support me, kind of raise the flag of like, hey, she needs help over here. Come and support. And I can't tell you the countless days and moments and times that I've really felt that in the midst of this. So, okay, let's go on to another rapid, quick fire question. What would you say was one of your hardest trust God moments?
Ooh.
I know what mine is.
Go ahead.
Father's Day.
Oh, yeah. My gosh. That was horrible.
Father's Day.
That was the worst day. That was worse than the funeral, everything.
Yes. Father's Day was awful. And I think it was like, obviously Father's Day is on a Sunday, so you're at church. And it was like, it felt to me, this is not what it is, but it felt to me like such a slap in the face.
Oh, yeah. Like, you don't have a dad.
Happy Father's Day. We're honoring all the dads. We're so proud of you, dads. And I am like, I don't have a dad.
Yeah, that was horrible.
I literally don't have a dad here. And someone so kind was like, your dad's in heaven. And I am like, thank you. He's not here.
Yeah.
He's not hugging me. I'll never feel that again.
Yeah.
Like his actual hug here
Presence.
on earth, his presence.
Yeah.
So to me, that was probably my hardest
Yeah.
trust God day because I felt so alone.
Yeah.
I mean, extremely alone.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt the same. That day was so rough. And I didn't see it coming.
No,
I'm
it
like, we can
surprised
do
us.
this. We walked through so much. And no, that I could not stop crying.
Oh,
Could not stop
it
crying.
was unbelievable. I think I had 3
Horrible.
anxiety attacks in the middle of
Ugh.
a Sunday. Went back a
So
house, went in the
bad.
bathroom. I was hiding in the bathroom, came back out. Now, some would say, like my counselor said, is there a reason you didn't leave? And I'm like, you know what? Great point. Next time I will,
Kind of your job.
yeah, I will also like look inside and say, you know what, Casey, you can't handle this. And that's okay. That's okay that you can't handle it. I'm working on it. I'm in process. Okay. Do you have like a funny faith moment to share? Like in the middle, something funny of just like trying to find. I think we find humor in
Oh, yeah.
every single thing. We have to find humor. I mean, little things like
Totally.
me backing into Jordy's truck.
Yeah, we just had to laugh.
We're just like, okay, that's hilarious.
Totally.
Or even Jordy falling down the stairs into the
Yeah.
gate. Like, there, I guess a lot of these funny things involve Jordy. But in the middle of faith, like,
Totally.
just trying, like, there's been so many, I guess, pockets of joy,
Pockets
but
of joy, yeah.
times that we, have found humor. Anything that
Yeah.
comes to mind to you?
Not really. The backing out pretty much topped it for me. Keep going.
Oh my word, literally.
That was literally hilarious.
Yeah.
I think too, like at one point when things just literally kept going and going and going, like bad thing after bad thing, I think I struggled with a mindset of like, of course that would
Yes,
happen.
Yeah, that's good.
And-
Talk about that a
and
little bit.
Yeah. So like when we say a domino, like
Yeah.
we only mentioned like probably 3 out of the 20 things that happened,
Yeah.
right? Probably a couple months after Dad. And we were like, okay. And that honestly did get a little laughable. We're like,
Yeah.
seriously?
Including Paisley's golf club to the
Yes!
face.
Yes.
Paisley got 11 stitches,
Yep.
3 teeth knocked out in
Yep.
half. I mean, this was just
Yeah.
a couple months after, in the
Yep.
ER, in the middle of nowhere in Oklahoma.
Yep.
I mean,
And then
just
Mom
the
got
most
hit
insane.
with a soccer ball. We had to take her to the ER.
Yep.
I mean, that ER legit, when I say they know us, they
Yeah.
actually do. I text them.
Yeah.
Like legit, they know us. And every time we come, they say, you poor things. Because they know. But like each one of our family members at some point or another, well, not all of them, but a lot of them have went back.
Yep.
But yeah, and then not to mention, after all of that, I failed my boards for the first time when I tried to pass. So
that's right.
that was the icing on the cake for me, and I literally said, "Of course I did."
yeah.
Literally, and that to me, it was kind of a wake up call for me because I was like, "Wait a minute,
Yeah.
This trajectory needs to change. Like
Yeah.
we're not doing this."
Yeah.
And I got a fire lit
Yes, you
inside of
did.
me, and I said, "I'm not having this.
Right.
I am putting my foot down." I was warring around the house, and I said,
Lace
"No,
up your boots,
lace up
baby."
your boots became my motto. I had my mom. We were running around the house. I've got all the motions ready.
Because pain can make or break you.
Yes.
Yes.
It's what you do with it.
Yes,
And
exactly.
I got this. Oh man, I was ready to roll, and I said, "No way." And it was a horrible experience at the testing center. I'll share that another
Obviously,
time.
yeah,
But they triggered
terrible.
everything. It was 2 days after Father's Day, and I had just gotten out of the
Yeah.
hospital and everything. So
Perfect storm.
it was horrible. But I passed, obviously. No, but like that was the first step I would say towards like our full like comeback
Yeah.
time.
Totally.
When I passed, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
something good.
Yeah.
Something good. And I would love to encourage anybody who is taking boards
Yeah.
or discouraged or you fail for the first time, please reach out to me because I can help encourage you because you feel very alone and like
Yeah,
you are
it
a
was
legit
awful.
failure in life when you've worked so hard for something and you see all your friends starting their job as nurses and you're
Jeez.
a bit back. So I needed the rest and God used that because I really, really did need a break because I jumped right into everything and it was chaotic. But just to share, that was a little icing on the cake.
Yeah.
But like Casey said, it is what we do with it. Like
Yes.
What did you say?
Pain can
Pain-
make or
yes,
break
sorry.
you. We can't avoid pain.
No.
It's going to happen
It's what
in
we
different
do.
levels.
Yep.
Will hit everyone at every time of life, and it will make or break you. It is how you handle it,
Yep.
what you do with it,
Yep.
and where you put the pain.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
hey, that sucks. This was awful,
Yep.
but I am more than a conqueror.
Mhm.
I'm going to rise above this. I'm
Yep.
going to do everything in my power
Yes.
to move forward. And it's not to live without it. We're always going to have that
Yep.
inside of us. It's
Yep.
always going to be a part of us. There's always going to be
Yes.
days and moments that take our breath away, that we can't hardly breathe, or we can't
Yep.
stop crying, or whatever, fill in the blank.
Yeah.
But it's our responsibility to manage that
Mhm.
pain and speak life into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I
Yes,
mean-
and just God's presence. Like,
Yes, totally.
I cannot harp on this enough, but like, you have to take the steps. Like, you
Yes.
have to pursue him. Like,
Yep.
God is there waiting for us just to run to him, and he's ready to comfort us. And I would just say, like, getting into God's presence, I mean, it's scriptural, but in his presence, there is fullness
Yes,
of joy.
yes.
And we could not function without
Oh,
his
no.
presence and encountering God. And so that is really what's
Yeah.
the crux of it all is,
Yeah.
you know, his presence. And you can't like expect God to move if you're not willing to step towards him, you know,
Totally.
and like you're not gonna get a fish on if you don't go fishing.
Right.
So
You can't steer a parked car.
amen, sister.
Get to moving.
She
Lace
tries
up
to
your
find
boots.
every opportunity to share that quote.
When I
You
die,
can't
put
steer a
it on.
parked car.
Literally, put it on my grave. I want you to put that on my headstone. You can't steer a parked car. Get to moving, people, or lace up your
Get to
boots.
move, yeah, lace up your
Because
boots.
that, I mean, that's
a good
just like,
one.
let's get rolling. Let's
Yes.
get going. Okay. So good. Like such good things. I wanted to share just one quick thing about, and we're going to close here. That's perfect. We are doing great on
Did
time.
you seriously just see the sign Paisley tried to give us that Reggie pooped in the front?
The kids are literally
guys.
trying to derail our podcast here. I would say this is an attack. Yeah.
What, no gloss will stand.
Yes, we will. This is an attack. The kids tried to prank us and come in here with a sign and say that Reggie pooped everywhere and ate Jordan's dinner. And I am just like, no way. This episode will go live, and
trying
you are
to
not
hold
going to
it
get in the middle of
together.
us. Okay, so I wanted to share one thing as we are wrapping up. Obviously, our kids lost their grandpa. So they called him Boppy, and that dealing with grief on your own and then dealing, like watching your kids go through that is honestly unimaginable, the pain of that. And I think one of my biggest fears in the middle of it is we believed for 8 months for a miracle. And Paisley, my oldest, I mean, she had words from God, scriptures from God, prayers that she prayed and declared over my dad. And that he will live and not die, that he will rise up again, he'll be healed. I mean, so many things. And I think one of my like deep fears was that in the middle of this, that her faith would be shaken, and because we didn't see the miracle that we wanted to see in that moment. And when she went back to school this year, they had to write about just their experiences in this over the last year. And she said that she got to take care of her Boppy, who was sick and went to be with Jesus. And she got to take care of him. She got to pray for him. And then she said at the end, she said, and I've seen God do so many miracles, and I believe that Jesus still heals. And she wrote that to her whole class. And I was just like, that was such a miracle to me, that this 12-year-old girl prayed and believed for 8 months for her grandpa to be healed. And we didn't see that here on earth, and we didn't see that miracle happen before our eyes, and her faith was not shaken. And I think that speaks a lot to you as well, as she has the most incredible aunts and uncles that just modeled standing firm and modeled faith, but also modeled like, we're hurting, we're in pain, but God is still our source of everything. We still run to him no matter what. the worship music still plays in the morning,
Yeah.
in the evenings. We still, like, everything stays the same consistency wise as far as our faith. And it's really shaped her. I know it has. I mean, she
Yes.
shared that with her entire class. So I thought that was super powerful of
So
your
good.
kids are watching they even watch how you handle pain.
Yep.
They watch how you grieve. They watch how you have faith. Like, it's just so important
It really
that we
is.
model that to them, and also adults, everyone around
Right.
us. They're watching how you do
Yeah.
it.
Seriously.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap up. Anything else you want to say on that?
No, I think that's perfect.
Yeah. So this next one is gonna be super fun. We're gonna get a little bit more lighthearted, and it's gonna be funny. I'm gonna basically interview Binker for this whole one. We're gonna talk about dating, marriage, and finding your person. Y'all are gonna learn about courtship because Brent and I courted, and if you don't know what that means, you better listen in to our next episode.
Return the robe, Brent.
No haircuts, young man. We'll tell you more later, but for now, no gloss.